Coach Nimley is a regular pundit on Citi FM and Citi TV. Numo, you're welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
Bernard, is it Bernard? Or I have to shout your name. I can't say it. Say it yourself.
Bernard Abeku.
No, I'll say the rest. Just say the first one. Just say the first one. I'll say
Bernard
Abeku Ochre is with City Sports. You are both welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, man.
How are you?
Doing very
Great.
well.
Coach, let me start off with you. This demonstration, I mean, first of all, we saw football sports journalists hooting at the Black Stars at Abidjan, and then we are seeing this in Accra, the demonstration. Where did the idea come from? Who are the people who decided, listen, let's go on the street? Because journalists, people are usually covering demonstration, but to demonstrate,
Exactly.
Where is it coming from?
Believe you me, journalists, and for that matter, the people of this country, are very much interested in what belongs to them. The Black Stars, and for that matter, football, belongs to the people of this country. We have allowed the so-called football people to run this game in a way that has ensured that we've not had any progress for the past, let's say, close to 10 years. Because since we actually played in the final of the AFCON in 2015, we've either been knocked out in the second round or we've been knocked out at the group stages. So there's a clear decline over the years. And if you look at those people managing our games today, anytime they go and they come, their solution to getting us to perform better the next time has been very opaque. There's some sort of darkness because whatever they've done on countless occasions have actually resulted in we even performing even worse
than we did
in the previous competition.
When you say management, so management is on two levels. There's political management where we have a minister of sports. There's a general government agenda. Then we have the Ghana Football Association.
That's right.
Which of the managements do you have difficulties?
The two of them, both. That is why today we hit the street of Accra, walking to save Ghana football. And our petitions were not only given to the Parliament of Ghana, but we gave one to the minister. We believe he's an integral part of whatever we have experienced as a country.
Him as a person or he's as a ministry? So the ministry, okay.
I'm talking about because he acts on behalf of the ministry. And of course, the people at the Ghana Football Association.
But the politicians, though, without trying to hold brief for them, they set up the Jamaica Commission trying to fix football. When the Anas thing came up, they set up the normalization committee. The political side of things, they appear to know what they are up to, or they are not.
I don't think so. Because look, I worked for the Jamaica Commission. At the end of the day, the president in the Meet the Press series, which I don't remember the last time we had one.
It hasn't happened in a long time.
Exactly. The last time we had it, he was asked by one of the petitioners, Countryman Sonko, that Mr. President, what is your view on the Jamaica Commission? Do you believe in the white paper? The president told the whole country at the time that, truth be told, he's completely forgotten about where that white paper is. Meaning, he's not even looked at it. So today, all the good things that were recommended in that report, we've never seen one of them. Let me give you a typical example. In that Jamaica's report, we were told as a country, never again should we use the taxpayers' money to convey supporters to go and watch football out of this country. We did it just after the committee's report. The next immediate tournament,
we went with supporters.
We went with supporters at the expense of the taxpayer. So we've never believed in that report.
And a few weeks ago, we would send them to Abidjan.
We sent them to Abidjan, sent by buses, some by air. And at the end of the day, they were given 400 Ghana cedis to go and spend. $400, to go and spend in 10 days.
After crying and saying that they have been left hungry.
There you go.
Abeku, what are the key issues for you that come up? For which reason there was a need to demonstrate in terms of our football?
How our national teams are managed, for example, it's not in the right direction.
And so management, again, I'll ask you the same question as Coach. Management from the political side or from the FA side?
From the political side, because it starts with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. It trickles down to the National Sports Authority before the Ghana Football Association, because the Ghana Football Association is under the National Sports Authority. And the same commission explained that the three bodies should work together. So I feel it's a problem that, all three bodies have turned a blind eye to. Because if we have the printout, why not follow the printout? But then behave as if there is a module that's defined for us by FIFA that the Football Association is going by. There's no module. The only thing is that they are saying government should not interfere. But they give monies to these associations for preparation, preparatory money for tournaments and what have you. But the FA still goes back to the government for money for, I don't know, for preparation.
We pay the coach, don't we?
No, we pay the coach. It's the state's responsibility to. The GFA is just a body that sort of manages stuff. Okay, we need to appoint this coach. We need to ensure that the coach have come and explain to us the players he's calling up, and it is by performance. But we do not see all of these things. So, it's a problem that's not only in line with the Ghana Football Association. It is why I'm pleased that the petition one was sent to Parliament. They tried giving the Ministry of Youth and Sport one, which they were not allowed. And, of course, the Football Association.
Coach, let me understand, who are the people who went on the streets today?
Okay, it was basically, apart from the petitioners, that is the leaders of the
and who are
Save
these
Ghana
people?
people. These are myself, Sadiq Obama, Veronica Kome, Fireman Songo Odia Henkai,
Okay, Kwame Boy.
Nana Yaukesi
Of Peace FM.
Of Peace FM, and Richard Atapoku of Sumpa,
Okay.
or Henny Brenya. We are a lot.
So those are the key leaders. But then who else joined you on the demonstration? Did you have ordinary people join you, or was this
Look,
people who are sports journalists?
We had Ghanaians. And most importantly, I want to respect Alhaji Gruza.
Alhaji Karim Gruza?
Yeah, he joined.
He was with you guys?
He was the only football person. When I say football, somebody
Administrator.
who is the founder and bankroller of the football
club.
team that joined the demonstration today. And I want to recommend him for that. And look, let me just say something quick to what Abeku said. It is not true that government cannot interfere in football. Let me tell you something.
We've been told that they
No,
cannot.
it's a blatant lie. And I'm using this platform to put that out there. That it's a blatant lie. When it comes to government interference, FIFA is very clear that government cannot interfere when the FA runs its own business, generate its own funds, develop its own policies.
It's completely autonomous.
The FIFA then state that when it comes to Africa, the government can interfere on grounds of lack of accountability. FIFA is aware that in Africa here is the government that builds infrastructure. In Africa is the government that funds the national team. So FIFA cannot say, and they have never said anywhere, that when government gives money to the people at the Football Association to take care of their national team, when those monies are mismanaged and not accounted for, government cannot go there and seek accountability. So I'm stating it here on record. In fact, that is one of the petitions requests that we are telling His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to set up a commission of inquiry to probe accountability issues with the food. Government can go in there. The FA manages the Black Stars. Look, the FA receives money from FIFA for our national teams, from CAF for our. Even the FA takes the Black Stars out there and use the brand to bring in sponsorship, good money. Recently, MTN alone gave the Black Stars $2 million. That money is not for the Ghana Football Association. It is for our national team, something that will ease the tax that you and I pay to take care of the team. When the FA goes and blow that money, are they telling us that FIFA says government shouldn't interfere? It's not true. So therefore, as one of the requests in the petition, we are asking that the government to set up a commission of inquiry to probe into how monies, especially sponsorship money in the name of our national team. Umaru, if you go and take money in my name, the money doesn't belong to you. It does not. It belongs to me. And especially when we have the Black Stars spending not less than 7.5 million Ghana cedis per match. Per one qualifying match. That is how much we are. At times we do spend. I was in Parliament today. And I listened to,
It's interesting, because I was going to come that the minister came to announce how much was spent.
look, there's a report out there. We are hoping that Parliament have agreed to give us a copy of the minister's report. And you'll be marveled. On one qualification game, the amount of money, millions of cedis that we spend. When the FA go and take money on behalf of the Black Stars from MTM, from ZPay, from Puma, those monies don't belong to them. We are asking the government of Ghana to probe into those matters. In fact, we will petition the special prosecutor. They need to all go into these matters and get people to be accountable.
Abeko, is it the recent administrators or recent managers of Ghana football that are to blame? Because it appears this problem is not new. The new administrators are new in office. Should we blame the new people, or we should say it's a historical problem?
Look, the new people had an opportunity. After the normalization committee, they had the best opportunity to turn football around. Why I say this is, the Ghana Football Association president himself was a journalist. The general secretary of the association was a journalist. The communication director was a journalist. An executive committee member of the association, or what we call executive council member, is still a journalist. And it's the same problems that we were discussing before they assumed office. So they knew some of these things we talk about. Because on the Ghana Football Association's president, the current president's Facebook account some time ago, he was criticizing the old administration still in relation to the Black Stars for not calling a player who was playing very good football at club level into the Black Stars.
And he's committing the same sins now.
And he's committing the same sins
For
now.
not calling a player who, in his view, was good enough to be called, but who he manages or who plays for his team.
Okay, so favoritism, or maybe selfish kind of thing.
Very selfish. He criticized the then head coach Akwesi Appiah. But why are you not calling this player? And if you trace the background of the player is his player. Now this man assumed office, and that is what we see.
So the allegation from you guys is that currently the Black Stars call up is not the prerogative of the coach. He's the president.
He's on record to have said that even if he's incapacitated, on the day that the final Black Stars list will be released, if he cannot be there, he will choose somebody he believes in, somebody who will go there and champion his views. And if the person disagrees with him, with whichever name is on the list, it means that player will not see the light of day.
We do know that the FA did not like the coach we went to Cote d'Ivoire with.
It was very clear.
True.
So if that's the case, then it means it's not the FA that is to blame, because the FA didn't bring the coach.
Let me tell you what they did. They didn't like the man from the beginning. They didn't show it, or they show it in a very sarcastic manner. Because in unveiling the man, if you compare his unveiling to that of Milovan Raivat, when it was Milovan, the FA president himself sat beside Milovan
Because he brought
said
Milo.
all the good things and the damning things he had to say about Coach Siki Akono at the time. But when it was this man, during his unveiling, none of them, apart from the communication director,
Was there.
Now, 2-3 months into the man's job, then they started attacking the man. Do you know what they did? Through the ESCO members, through the team manager. Can you imagine you as head coach and being criticized by your own team manager? That your team manager feels that you are not good enough for the job. They should have rather kept
And undermining you.
undermining your responsibility. Quickly, if I'm the one in charge, or if I'm the one who supervises all of what you people do, quickly, I need to tear up that bond. I need to completely make sure that bond is broken.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
So it's a
And then
tacit
just
endorsement.
after that, after we had lauded and applauded the head coach for his first 3 call-ups, you remember, just after those attacks, the man started dancing to their tune, bringing in their players, bringing in players that we all clearly knew and aware belongs to the FA president and his player agency.
So he
council
started playing their ball.
to more or less get them to support him.
Abeko.
Look, and these players we have, the majority of them played for Siki Akono. Because that time, Siki Akono was also controlled. I recall I asked Siki when I watched the Black Stars play one time that, look, Siki, I do not see your hands around this team. I do not feel you are playing the agro football you promised us.
It's an unseen hand.
No, you cannot see it. It's an unseen hand. So, do you really have complete control over this setup? It took him some minutes before he answered that. He initially never wanted to ask the question, or probably maybe he had something he had wanted to say, but at that time he was in office, so he was going to be damning at the association, he's working for, or maybe the bosses that he's working under. You get it? So he failed to answer that question. But then again, this coach comes and calls the very players who we felt were not performing during CK's time into his columns. And you can see that, well, the FA feels that the coach came in by some political, took some political fingers to point him into office. So they will not really allow him to operate.
So you cannot challenge. Let me ask you guys now. So you have gone on the street. You are saying that you know a better way that the football of Ghana can be managed. That's what you've put in a petition. Share with me some of the key points you want to see done.
I think the petition has as many as, I think, 14, 15 points.
Okay.
Point number 1. We are saying that develop a national football policy.
We don't have it.
We don't have one.
Okay.
We don't have one now.
Okay.
2, institute a commission of inquiry to go into why we've performed very abysmally in the last 3 major tournaments.
Okay.
When we have spent the most money.
Would we not be duplicating the efforts of Jamefe already? Would we not be wasting money building
It's been thrown away.
So we should do a new one,
of course.
which should be thrown away again.
It shouldn't be. That is why some of us are now going to make sure
Okay.
that if we don't, maybe I don't want to go into
maybe
politics.
I feel we should go back to the Jamefe Commission and
I don't want to
highlight
go
key
into politics.
points
And
and
use them.
develop something
Okay.
from it to help us.
That's another way. Then
Okay.
we are talking about dissolution of what? The search committee of the new Black Stars.
Let's not look for a new coach.
How can we look for a new coach when
don't
we
even have
don't
the
know
report.
the
You don't have the
technical
report
report
of-
of the previous tournament?
But we still have some games we need to play.
That is in June.
But we need to get a coach now.
That is in June. We will get a coach.
So for now, fix our home.
You've taken us to the tournament. We've been embarrassed, completely disgraced.
No accountability.
No apology. You were forced to apologize. No accountability.
And you want to build on.
You've set up a committee headed by the same chairman who has always given us very bad coaches. This chairman was the management committee chairman that took 100,000, 13 billion old Ghana City as a management member for no work done at the World Cup.
Yeah.
It must be what? Completely
Disbanded.
exactly. They will
Okay.
say what? Disbandment of management committee. When you go to the rest of the world,
Yeah.
only one person coordinate, manage all the national teams. Oliver Bierhoff, a typical example of Germany, just resigned about having been in the position for 14 years. He was in charge of all the German national teams, including their female national teams. Here in Ghana, under 17 has one. Under 20 has, when I say one, like
Okay,
6,
a
7
team.
people.
Okay.
6, 7 people. We went to the World Cup. We gave every management member $100,000.
And they're like, how many?
There were 6.
600,000.
We just took them to the AFCON.
was
Another 7 of them. Each of them took $20,000 for no work done. That thing will stop.
Okay.
We are telling the Ghana Football Association, never again.
Okay.
So we are asking that the government of the day should dismantle that.
Uh-huh.
Then, lack of player development. We've not been developing our players.
Locally.
Look, the last time any of our juvenile teams qualified for a major tournament was in 2017.
100 years ago.
That cannot be acceptable. That has to stop. And then we are saying that there must be structural reforms. Look at the way Professor Tumesi is handling our
National Sports
stadium.
Authority.
Look at the way
The
he's
National Sports Authority.
The man has completely shown that he's very incompetent.
But he's a government appointee. That's not so not
that's
the FA necessarily.
no. This petition, we don't expect the FA to lead the way.
Okay, so FA
We
is
expect the government of the day
Okay.
to implement to develop a national football policy.
give me a few more so I can ask you how they reacted to you when you were.
Then they said, they were talking about what? National team funding. Look at what is happening. Apart from the Black Stars, how we fund our national team. Too much money is being spent in there.
On the Black Stars
On the
alone.
Black Stars, it has to stop. Because we go to the AFCON,
And we make a
CAF
budget.
gives us $700,000 to prepare. We say that we are taking 8.5. Today I was in Parliament. The minister
For an AFCON
said,
that you are getting 7 million.
yes.
And we are budgeting over.
We had budgeted 8.5. We went to the tournament. Before going to the tournament, we have been given $5 million. The minister said he spent $3 million and brought back 2 million. I was in Parliament today and I was asking myself, hey, we've played 3 games and we've spent 3 million. He came back to say the friendly match against Namibia. Namibia themselves had already chosen Ghana to come and camp here.
So they will pay us.
So we didn't pay them.
If they are wanting a friendly, they have to pay us.
We didn't pay them. We saw the need. They saw the need.
So there should be
Mr.
questions
Minister,
around the figures.
I don't believe what you said today in Parliament, that as part of that $3 million that was spent, some was spent on the Namibian national team. I don't believe that.
Okay.
How can you spend 3 million in 3 games? Then we are also asking that they should invest in grassroots football. For that is where we got the Michael Edson, the Aliu Montari, the Betty Ayupele, the Asamoah. Go back to our root. That is
The
where
code system.
The code system. Then we are also saying that invest in our domestic competition. This is where now the FA, who are the bona fide owners of the local league, will have to show clear-cut policy.
Okay.
If we are asking government to help invest in our league, you cannot tell me you cannot be accountable to the government.
Abeku, would you say that they were well received, the demonstrators today?
Please, I beg you. If
Yes.
I don't say this one,
Please say it.
I don't think coaches in this country will forgive me. National team coaches, funny. Look, Omari, apart from the Black Stars, all our national team coaches are not being paid.
Queens, Satellites, all of them.
Let me say, apart from the 2 senior teams,
Okay.
the Queens and the Black Stars,
Okay.
the Satellites,
The
the
Starlets.
Meteors, the Starlets, the Maidens, the Princesses, none of their coaches are being paid. But Ketu Kreko can sit there together with his general secretary and prepare a budget that says that a management member should be given 13 billion old Ghana cedi after 12 days.
So
And when him, as general secretary, takes the money or the budget to the ministry, it is in there that he should be given $20,000. Goodness me.
So
what are we doing to
priorities are wrong. How has been the reaction today? Would you say they've listened? Are they listening?
Look, I was part of the demonstrators from the beginning to the end. I want to thank the Parliament of Ghana. I want to thank the Parliament of Ghana on behalf of my colleagues and the people of this country. What I saw today in Parliament, if and only if that is going to be the tone for our discussion, a new national football policy beckons all of us. We want to thank them. We want to thank the Ghana police. Look, they were so excellent and very professional in their dealings. We want to thank the minister because eventually he showed up through his deputy and he was also served the petition. And last but not the least, we want to thank the people at the Ghana Football Association. Take it or leave it. If you don't fix this thing, you will exit the position. And some of us are calling upon the government to even interfere. My last point, I don't believe that going forward, we should stick to what we are doing now. Football people should not, I repeat, they should not, after the reign of Ketu Kreko, football, even now, we should put a stop to that. Football people should not be allowed to vote for who becomes the chairman of football or the president of our Ghana football.
Who should it be?
We should go back to the way it used to be. The government will bring 3 people, football people will choose among those 3 who should be the president.
Very well.
Then football people will bring 2 or 3 and they will now choose who will be the vice president. So there's government interest and there's football people interest.
Okay.
You don't monopolize the system and ask us not to intervene when you are using our money.
Abeku, in 30 seconds, you see positive light, or you think more of the demonstration should happen before?
I feel more of the demonstration should happen. I mean, journalists are the production and reproduction of the society, and this is in positive direction, how the society accepted them. And I feel it should be something that should run. It will always paint the picture on the minds of these authorities to make sure they cause a change.
Omari,
Thank you so much, Bernard.
we are in Kumasi on the 23rd next week.
Well,
We are
Bajenya.
telling them, don't joke with this. Please don't joke with this.
Okay.
We are not going to lie low until there's total transformation in Ghana football.
Thank you so much, Coach Nimley. Is a resident pundit here at Citi FM and Citi TV. Bernard Abeku with the Citi sports team.